After you picked up your airplane packet from school, then you open it up and you make sure you have all the parts. You got your paper here, open that up and take the seam out. You have one long stick here, it goes right like that. Then you should have a rubber band, a propeller, 10 smaller sticks. You need to make sure you have a pair of scissors. Any kind of glue will work. First step you need to do is take your scissors, and where it has from point A and point B, you're going to cut a slit just like that all the way so it looks like that. Okay, then you're going to take your glue, and where the dotted line is right here, you're going to glue all the way on the dotted line.
And begin with the glue.
You're going to take your large stick like this, and you're going to glue that to the paper. Yeah, and you make sure the hook that I put into it is going to go on the back like this, and then hold it down for a good 10-15 seconds. We're going to do the wing. Go from here, and you see where the solid line is right here, the blue one. What you're going to do is you're going to take your pen, take a pencil. You're going to line this up right here, and where that solid line is, you're going to make a mark just so it's even with this line here. See where that mark is? Then you'll cut it right like that, and then that piece will go there. What you're going to do now is you overlap your stick here and the stick like that, and I'm going to make a line so it's straight with my big board there, and then a line here so it's straight with the blue line. I'm going to cut both of those out as well. Make sure it fits on there nice. Perfect. So that lines up right on that line, and that lines up right. So the next thing I'm going to do then is I'm going to glue that on there, and then I'm going to do the same with this, and I'll hold that there. That allows me to have my tail is all done now for the plane. Then I'm going to do the same. I'm going to go all the way around to make my wing here. So I'd start with the large piece here. Now if you see where these solid lines are, there's a solid line here and a solid line here. That's where you make your cuts. I'll make a solid line there, cut, and make another cut right there. Cut there, and so now I have that stick done. Then I'll do the same around on both sides here. So that'll go right there on the line, and that goes right there in the solid line. Make sure you get your angles correct. I'm gonna glue these right away. Glue that down, and then glue that right to the line. And do the same over here. And I'll glue that right there. Make those two joints go together, and then I'll hold this one down. Now I'm ready to make for the next one. Okay, so that goes there, and that lines up perfectly there. So you make sure you do your frame first, all the way around. Also, one step I forgot is, it says built by, and you're gonna put your name here. Okay. Now I'm going to have their center stick go right down the middle. Now one edge you don't really need to cut, and then the other one I'm gonna just cut straight across here. Make sure it fits. Perfect. So then I'm going to put a glob of glue in there. Put that right down the middle, and make sure that sticks there. That piece I had extra from there should be long enough for here. Now this one here, you want to try and get the angles a little better. So now that I got my wing all framed in, just like that, so I have one there. Now I'm going to do the same with the tail. So I'm gonna start with the back, and as you see, you go right to this line here, the solid line there, and the solid line here. I'm gonna line up to there and here, and just make my angle there, and make this angle here. And then go there, and I'm going to glue that in right away. After you have that, then I'm going to do the rest of the frame. So now I have all my frames done. I have my tail in, my wings in, my other tail here. So after I'm done with this, I'm gonna let this glue dry for a good 15-20 minutes before I do the next step. Okay, after that has dried, then take your scissors and you're gonna want to cut your 3 pieces out here. I just cut them out, don't have to be precise right away. That way you have a little room to work with it later. Now, where these dotted lines are here, do not cut those off. Those flaps, you're gonna need those for later. So make sure you leave these little dotted flaps here, these little triangles, here and here and here. Do not cut those off. So I'm gonna just cut these up. And cut as close as you can to the stick. Okay, and then I'm gonna do the same here with the tail. So now I'm gonna cut that out and see another triangle flap as close as I can here. Now that I have these 3 pieces here done, then we're going to, this is where you're gonna want Elmer's glue. Now the only glue I can find around here is pink glitter glue, so it's gonna look really pretty. I'm gonna wanna make sure I put extra glue on every spot there's a joint here. Now this is why you did not cut those little tabs off. So I'm gonna put some glue here, and it's okay to be generous with it. And you're gonna take that tab, and you're going to flip that over, and like I said, be a little generous with the glue because that'll strengthen your plane a little bit. And then put it everywhere there's 2 pieces of wood that are connecting. That's called a joint. Then you're gonna want to put extra glue there. And then I'm gonna do every single joint. Put glue on every one, and when that glue dries, then your plane will be much, much stiffer. And I'm just gonna rub that in there. On this joint. Now it's gonna give it a good hour to dry.